Hello and welcome back. Today was Wrestle Dynasty. New Japan, AEW, Stardom, CMLL came together to do Wrestle Dynasty. Night 2 of the Wrestle Kingdom weekend. Let's just get right into it. It was a great show. It really was. And going into it, I was more excited for this weekend. I was more excited for Wrestle Dynasty than I was for for Wrestle Kingdom. And after Wrestle Kingdom concluded and some of the matches were announced that were waiting to be announced or changed I was like, sign me up. I'm more excited for Wrestle Dynasty. Now, let's start off. We had pre-show. We had the International Women's Four-Way Cup happen. I wasn't really interested in that match. I was like, oh, this is happening. Cool. Anyways, but we had Momo Watanabe versus Willow Nightingale versus Perspawn versus Athena. Now, this kind of made sense the way it's called International Women's Cup. So we had Moto Watanabe from New Japan or Stardom. I can't remember one of those two. Either way, they're both almost one anyways. Willow Nightingale of AEW, Perspawn from CMLL, and then Athena from ROH. Literally, when they were coming out, they showed Athena with ROH, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it, whatever. Anyhow, so match kind of boring. It didn't go too well. I was like, cool. There were some cool spots, there were some cool moments, but I was like, hmm. I was expecting a lot more because you have four amazing women in the ring that can wrestle and can actually go. But I give it a 2 point. I'll give it a 2.75. Now, obviously, it wasn't by any means bad, but it wasn't great because based on the fact that it was a cup, it was the final four, it was this and that. That's where I'm like, I was gonna give it a two. Then I was like, it kind of won me over near the end. So I was like, 2.75. And then we had the last match on the pre-show, which was for the ROH tag titles. We had, apparently, I did not know that this is what they're called now, but they're called the Sons of Texas. I get it. They're both from Texas, but come on, it's a corny and cheesy name. Come on, it's corny. Come on, think of a better, cooler name. The Sons of Texas. Ugh. Anyway, so it was Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara reigning and defending ROH champions against House of Torture, Sho and Konemaru. Match boring. It was worse than the first match. I gave it a 2.5. I kind of was like, grabbed my phone, looked up, anything better. Then I put my phone away and I was like, let me watch the finish. I'm like, 2.5. So anyway, the pre-show was a bust, big time right here. I'm going to say that. The pre-show for Wrestle Dynasty, not so great. But now let's roll into the main card, the thing that everyone's been waiting for. So we open up with the Lucha Gauntlet match. Now, was it anything special? No, it's your typical Gauntlet Battle Royal style match. Hechizero and Fujita start the match, so I was like, okay, cool. And the only reason I was like, yeah, okay, cool, because it's not the King of Pro Wrestling Battle Royal, which is the night before on night one. That I get really hyped for, and I get excited for everybody that enters. This, I was like, when the announcers started talking about how it's a Lucha Gauntlet and it's a match very famous in CMLL, I'm like, oh, it's mostly CMLL guys. I don't really know a lot about CMLL. So I was like, the only thing I know about CMLL is from what AEW shows. So I was like, anyway, so when El Desperado's music hit, I was like, oh, here we go, baby. Let's get rev it up. And then El Desperado stops, and I'm like, uh-oh, I think I know why. I was right. Everybody looked him down because everybody in the ring except for Hechicero, were all junior heavyweights. So I kind of see where, you got a target on your head, bang. So they're all coming for your head now because you got the belt. So anyhow, so they all come in the ring. He comes in the ring. He's trying to run around, run away. They all come after him. Well, actually, they come out and drag him in, and he's trying to run away. They all surround him. They each hit their finisher on him. And one by one, it's like boom, 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 boom. And then he rolls out. And then everyone has matches and he's out. He's like out, like literally rolled out, out, out. Like we don't see him again. And I was like, I get the story they're telling. Everyone's a junior heavyweight except for Hechicero. He's got a target on his head. They're coming for his head. I get it. Anyhow, Taiji Ishimori won that match. I was like, huh? Of all people, huh? I was like, what the hell did this guy do? And I was like, what does this match even get you? Okay, to be honest, I don't really know a lot about CML, and I've never really watched CMLL shows. So I was like, I don't know, what does this get you? Is this not like the King of Pro Wrestling, where it actually is a prestige and you get something out of it? I was like, what the? But also, like, why Taiji Ishimori? Anyways, I thought there was better winners, but anyways, I give it a 3-star because it was your basic down the middle of the road. It wasn't bad, it wasn't great, but it was down the road. Anyways, then we move into the match I've been looking forward to. One of the matches when Katsuyori Shibata, that's right, Katsuyori Shibata comes out after Hiroshi Tanahashi wins his match last night against Evil. He challenges him. He sets him up a challenge. He asks for it for Wrestle Dynasty, and Hiroshi Tanahashi accepted. I was like, holy this is going to be a banger. It's going to be, oh my God, I can't believe it. Musketeer versus Musketeer. I even sat there and said, you know what would be even more perfect? If Shinsuke Nakamura comes out. I know he won't, but if he comes out, oh my God, that would have been the perfect touch. Musketeer versus Musketeer versus Musketeer. But I'm like, I'll take this though. I will take Shibata Tanahashi. Match happens. It goes to a time. First of all, why is this a 20-minute? I'm going to say this. A match at this caliber, why is it a 20-minute time limit? I get it. It was last minutely. I get it. You probably didn't have a lot of time to throw the match, put it together. But come on. You couldn't have just said this is a no time limit match and have it go for 20, 25 minutes, maybe almost 30 minutes, and then have a winner. But instead we go to a time limit draw. The match was mostly just a slap fest. Who could slap who better? Now, don't get me wrong. When I watch Japanese wrestlers do a slap fest, they know how to do it. It's not like in America where they try to do the chop fest and they chop each other. And I'm like, the Japanese wrestlers know how to do it because it's in their arsenal. They trained how to specialize and utilize the chop to their advantage and to get the crowd over. So I didn't mind it. It was not bad. I would give it a 3 stars. I was ready to give it 4 stars or even 5 stars because both of them are like up here when it comes to talent and levels and ability. But I give it a 3 star. I know what's going to happen. They're going to run it back again. I guarantee it. It's going to be a nice run it back. And I guarantee you they're going to run it back. When? I'm going to make a bold claim right now when they're going to run it back. They're not going to... See, they said that Tanahashi's last ever appearance in America is in Chicago's Windy City Riot. Fine. That's his last appearance in America. Katsuyori Shibata is currently signed to, you guessed it, AEW. Now, it's not going to happen there, but Katsuyori Shibata will come out during Hiroshi Tanahashi's segment or match. So far, they just said it's an appearance. So whenever he's out, he's going to come out and do, hey, we never finished this. There was never a clear winner. Let's run it back one more time. Do you know when he's going to do it? Oh, I guarantee. I know when they're going to do it. He's going to be like, your last match is Wrestle Kingdom 20. That's when you're done. Your in-ring career is done. Let's run it back. Wrestle Kingdom 20. I guarantee you they're already going to set up Wrestle Kingdom 20's match at Windy City Riot. That's my bold prediction. Anyhow, now we move into the next match, title for title. We had Mina Shirakawa and Mercedes Moné. Tell you right now, F Mercedes Moné. All I'm going to say right now. She's a spoiled brat. That's it. She is. I'll explain why. She had everything, and she complains and complains and complains and complains. Why? Because you come from a famous family? Go F yourself, you little... No, just be humble. So, I could care less about this match. Can we skip it? No, I'll be professional and talk about this match anyway. Mina Shirakawa should have won this match, period. Do you know why? Because Mina is actually a much better wrestler. Even if you look at technicality, Mina is actually a way better wrestler, period. But, anyhow, Mercedes Moné won that match. Ugh. Anyways, I know why they're doing it, because Tony Khan paid all this stupid money for her, and he's like, I want to get my money's worth. But the dumbass Tony Khan doesn't realize it. Look at this. This idiot Tony Khan is on the internet looking at the wrestling forums and groups and all this shit. He listens to the IWC. He doesn't realize that 90% of them shit on her. He doesn't realize that when she has her matches, nobody's really chanting or cheering or booing. They pipe all that in for her. People get up when the camera, because AEW still has terrible camera. I'm going to say this. They still need to train their camera personnel and their camera people, the people in the truck, to know how to angle their camera so you don't see botches, you don't see wrong things, and you don't see dead ends of the crowd. So you always see people, get up, let's go, I'll come back after. So anyhow, she won the match. Anyhow, I'm going to say it. It was a 3-star match. She does put on matches because she knows, at least I will say this with Mercedes, she knows who she's in the ring with. That's all I'm going to say. She knows who she is in the ring with, so she can adapt to who she's in the ring with. But majority of people that she's in the ring with are always better than her, but she knows how to adapt. And back when she was, let me make a little shift over here. Back when she was in WWE, yes, there was a lot of people that were not at her level. Yes, and she knew how to make them better. But outside of WWE, there are so many that are better than her. Why? Because she came through what system? That's right, the WWE training system, which is very different than the Japanese wrestling system, the AEW wrestling system, which is trying to be like a very in-your-face indie style. So she's got a lot to learn there, but at least she's adapting. I'll give her that. That's the only thing I'll give her. But just please, please learn to be humble and respectful and give back. Don't just be like, well, me. You didn't do it for me. No, that's why. Anyhow, let's move on to the next match. We had Brody King and David Finlay. I don't even know why this match happened. It was an open challenge, but hey, they still want to put the match on. Why not? It was a 3-star match. Sadly, if you guys saw my review of Wrestle Kingdom Night 1, well, I gave that match a 4-star and potentially almost match of the night with David Finlay was in that match with Yota Tsuji, but this one only 3 stars. Oh well, anyways, we'll move on. By the way, David Finlay won that match, which I was like, I told you, if you guys saw my review yesterday on Wrestle Kingdom 19, I said I was never a fan, never was sold on David Finlay. I know he's great in the ring, but it just never sold. He's sold me now. He's got me now. I'm on Team Finlay. Not like, oh my God, Finlay's my favorite now. No, it's more like I enjoy, I respect, I like him now. He's won me over, if you will. And I was like, you know what, David Finlay needed that win more than Brody King because at least it makes him look better than what happened the night before. Anyways, next we had Shota Umino versus Claudio Castagnoli. I get where they were going with Claudio Castagnoli doing the whole, I'm going to beat up Shota before he enters the ring during his entrance. Again, I like that Shota Umino came out with his bike. I get what they're doing where Jon Moxley is telling Shota, you're not ready, you're not ready, you're not ready, you'll never be ready because I trained you, you were under my wing and I never thought you were ready. Sorry. So I get the story they're telling here and Jon Moxley doesn't want to wrestle him, so he sent Claudio Castagnoli. I get it. Shota Umino, well-deserved win because now I bet you this. Windy City Ride, I promise you this. At Windy City Ride, he's going to call out Jon Moxley. Moxley's going to accept the challenge. He's going to have a match with Jon Moxley. Promise you that Shota Umino is going to win that match. And Shota Umino, let me tell you this. I'm going to make a bold prediction here. Shota Umino is going to be your new AEW World Heavyweight Champion. Yes, that's right. I said it. Moxley is actually putting him over because actually, I will say this in real life. In real life, we're going to break it here. In real life, when they were talking about how Shota Umino was Jon Moxley's protege because he was not only trained by the New Japan Young Lion system, by the New Japan dojo, not only that he was a young lion, but he also was trained by none other than Jon Moxley. So this is kind of like student trainer type thing. And I think Moxley saw something in him. That's why they're doing this to build Shota Umino. And he's going to take the AEW World title. That's right. He's a major player. Anyways, next we had the Never Openweight title and the AEW International Champion with Tomohiro Ishii versus Konosuke Takashita. I don't even know how to pronounce Takeshka. Yeah, there we go. Takeshka. There we go. I sorry about that, butcher. Konosuke Takeshka. Anyways, when that match happened, I said Takeshka needed that win because, boy, as I stated, if you saw the video, the Wrestle Kingdom 19 review video, I said that I saw potential in him when he came to AEW. Why? Because Kenny Omega personally went out to bring him, begged Tony Khan to sign the guy and put his stamp on it. That meant something. Nobody saw anything in him till only last year. I saw a lot of potential. When he went with Don Callis, I'm like, oh my God, buddy, why? But then I thought back to myself, I'm like, when Kenny Omega aligned with Don Callis, what happened? Kenny Omega became the face of New Japan, became the face of New Japan internationally. Wait a minute, this was perfect, and guess what? Konosuke Takeshita won that match. It was a back and forth, very good match. I give it a 3.5 stars. Yep, Konosuke Takeshita has a huge future, a bright future ahead of him. He's going to definitely be AEW World Champion one day and IWGP World Champion. I guarantee it. He's going to do a lot. Maybe even go as far as the finals of the G1 Climax one day. Anyways, next we had a three-way IWGP Tag Team title match because the titles were vacated due to Hinari being injured. And yes, United Empire. Hinari is a member of United Empire. So Great-O-Khan and Hinari were teams together, and they were a tag team. And it's not like where you see like in America, where like WWE or AEW, oh, you're injured, we could just replace you with someone else, but keep your partner as champ. No, in Japan, they go, your partner's injured, you both have to give up that belt, both of you. But because you never lost this belt, you have an opportunity to find a partner to challenge for the vacated title. And that's what Great-O-Khan did. He went and got Jeff Cobb, and together, well, they were in the match with the Young Bucks and Hiromu Takahashi and Tetsuya Naito. By the way, that one, I love that Tetsuya Naito and Hiromu are the Tag Team League Cup champions. Hiromu is now a heavyweight, but they still referenced him as a junior heavyweight. So he's both, I guess. And I like that Young Bucks have new music. I like their new music. But Young Bucks, if you guys are watching, please don't use this music in AEW. Use it only when you go to Japan and keep your AEW theme for AEW. That's it. Anyways, Young Bucks win this match. My favorite team. By the way, I'll say this. The Young Bucks are my favorite tag team of all time. Yes, they are. And I give this match a 3.75. There were lots of moments where you're like, like there was a lot of, oh my God, they could do it. And I like that Great Khan broke not one, not two, not three, not four, but maybe like five or six pin attempts and two back-to-back pin attempts on was it the Young Bucks? No, on Hiromu Takahashi and Tetsuya Naito. One on each, one on Hiromu and one on Tetsuya Naito. I was like, I'm like, I guess Great Khan is the pin breaker, I guess. Anyhow, so great match overall. And by the way, if anyone caught it, if anyone watched, if you caught it, I like the commentary when Young Bucks were going for their finish. They were like, they're going for the Meltzer driver or the TK driver, the Tony driver, the Meltzer driver. And then Rocky Romero was like, who cares? And then they do the move, they hit the Meltzer driver, whatever. So they were like confused. What should they call? I like that. Anyhow, next we have the IWGP Global Heavyweight title, Jack Perry versus Yota Tsuji. It was a good match. Again, Yota Tsuji was in a potential match of the year candidate, or sorry, match of the night candidate yesterday at Wrestle Kingdom 19. Now, not so much, because I'm sorry, Jack Perry, I'm sorry. You're a good wrestler, but for some reason, Yota Tsuji and David Finlay had so much chemistry. Beautiful. I give this match a 3-star anyways. And Yota Tsuji retaining is amazing. And I totally agree with commentary what they said, that Yota Tsuji is this generation Three Musketeer. He very much reminds them of Shinsuke Nakamura. 100% agree. When Hiroshi Tanahashi and Katsuyori Shibata are done, and even Nakamura, when they're all done, I 100% can see Yota Tsuji taking that spot as a musketeer, one of the Three Musketeers. So I like that they reference him like Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, for anyone who hasn't watched Shinsuke Nakamura back in the mid-2000s when he was in New Japan, go watch it. That's what they were referencing, literally, back. And they were also referencing his in-ring style, too. Like, it's very Shinsuke Nakamura. So, anyhow, that was a great match. 3 stars. And then we have the match that I've been waiting for. The big one. The bang. Boom. Kenny Omega's return to in-ring action after dealing with tuberculosis, or however you pronounce that. Tuberculosis, the disease that he had. And I'm glad he survived it and was able to get back in the ring. And he still got it. He didn't lose it. He's got it, and he's better than ever. That's right. The cleaner is back, baby. And that was a great match. And also, I give respect to Gabe Kidd for what he represents. Because prior to this, in the beginning of last year, his thing was more like, F you, I don't like you, you're a piece of shit, F you, War Dogs are the best, we're going to take over. Then he realized that, wait a minute, no. This is the only place I've ever wrestled. I came directly from the dojo, from the Young Lions program. I was personally handpicked to be trained by Katsuyori Shibata. So why not respect the place that I started? You know, I have a life here. I do everything here, you know. So he came out, and I respect that's what he represents, is that I'm here. I'm not like Kenny Omega, who talks about here, but then keeps bringing up that, hey, I could go. I have offers. I have this, that. I like that story that they were telling where, no, Kenny Omega didn't take away the popularity of New Japan when he left. Kenny Omega didn't make a bunch of international fans go, well, he's not there. Gabe Kidd is that international gap. And I could see New Japan building in on him. Because right now, there's a lot of people that know who Gabe Kidd is. Like, for example, one of my friends, some of my friends, not all of them, some of them, but they don't really watch New Japan or Japanese wrestling as much, but they know Gabe Kidd, and they go, oh, I know Gabe Kidd. See? So I like the story they're telling, and I like that when Gabe Kidd came out, he was wearing bicycle shorts type thing with the New Japan Lion logo on his shorts. I like that. The match, banger after banger and banger after banger. Everything was amazing. For a second there, when Kenny Omega did the power bomb to one of the tables, over the barricade, over the end, the announce table. Like, so it's not where the announce tables are, but think about where the announce tables are usually sat. There was another. So he went. They went. Okay, so think about this. So this is the outside. So their commentators are here. Okay, so they have a table here like this. So think about it. So this is their table size. There was a. So what they did was they put the table even farther than that distance. That's what I'm trying to get you guys to picture. It was farther than, and Kenny threw him for a throwing powerbomb. I thought, holy shit. Because he not only landed, but he flipped over. And I was like, oh, yeah, Gabe Kidd busted open. He was fine. He was good. Kenny Omega does diving senton, and oh boy, his hip, he actually caught his hip, and his hip was hurting. Because even after when he won the match, he was limping a little bit. So I was like, ooh. Anyways, overall, this was an amazing return for Kenny Omega. Pound for pound match of the night. I give it a 4 stars. That's right, 4 stars. I'll even say this, better than any match that was on Wrestle Kingdom 19. I'll put that right there. Actually, no. Scratch that. Very close and very on par with Zack Sabre Jr. versus Shota Umino at the main event of Wrestle Kingdom 19. But this one, right there, it could edge it just by ever so little. Like maybe like a 0.1. But match of the night. Wowzers. Anyways, now we go to the main event. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ricochet for the IWGP Heavyweight title. Ricochet's best match that I've seen since he left New Japan. Since he left New Japan and went to WWE, the guy is garbage. I'm sorry. Guy's terrible. I'm sorry. He's the most bland, generic creator wrestler. You didn't do anything. All you did was, here he is, go. But that's not his fault. That was WWE's fault for giving him that creative. He never did anything with it, though. Goes to AEW. But I'm glad they let him be him, because this was the old Ricochet that we remember from New Japan. Best match Ricochet has done. The best Ricochet has ever looked. Please, Ricochet, please keep this going, because I have faith in you. Anyhow, Zack Sabre Jr. wins this match. He makes Ricochet tap out, which I prefer Zack Sabre Jr. to tap him out over pinning, because, come on, that's typically what he's known for. He's a technician. He loves to submit you, break you, make you tap out. Great match overall. It was a great back and forth. Zack Sabre Jr. showed who he was again, and Ricochet proved to the world that, hey, I can hang. And if you never watched me back in the early 2010s when I was here in New Japan as Prince Puma, well, here you go, buddies. Here you go, everybody. This is me. This is me. This is what I do. Without anyone holding me back, this is what I can do and will do. So please, Ricochet, keep doing what you're doing, what you did at Wrestle Dynasty. I give this match a 3.75. Anyways, overall, this weekend was amazing. I always look forward to it. And I'm excited that they announced the New Year's Bash Monday. The New Year's Bash. Or as they like to call it, New Japan New Year's. The New Japan Year's Bash. Yeah, New Japan Year's Bash, New Year's Bash. I can't wait to watch it. No, I'm not reviewing that, because I know every year when they do that, it's not a huge show. Maybe if you guys want, you can let me know in the comments below and I can do a quick one. Anyways, remember, as always, enjoy life. Keep on collecting. And if you're not yet subscribed, hit that subscribe button, because there will be a lot more. And remember, again, I'm going to state this. Video game content is not gone. It'll be on the side of here. So if you love wrestling, you love video games, you love New Japan, Japanese wrestling, because there will be a lot of that on here, by the way, as the way we're talking. Anyways, you love all this stuff, and hit that subscribe button, hit the bell button to be notified for all videos. And as always, enjoy life, keep on collecting. We'll see y'all for another video.